So I stumbled upon a video today on AMC Theaters, you know, YouTube. Shout out to you guys are awesome. I was watching a little debate thing today and it got me thinking. The topic for your debate, by the way, their debate was who's the better Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire? Shell's only Tobey Maguire. Definitely not. Me personally, as much as I liked Maguire back in the day, I think I'm leaning more towards Garfield because he's exactly the way I picture Spider-Man in my head. Maguire's a little too bulky for my taste. This kid is Spider-Man. Another one with crying and the emo dancing with Maguire after all this emo bloody joke. Which is why I just don't think about those movies anymore when I watch the new Spider-Man films. It's like, yeah, this is the modernized Peter Parker and the way it's supposed to be done from the beginning. Maguire was more like a Clark Kent-ish Peter Parker, and I'm not sure I'm a fan of that, actually. Garfield, everyone said, oh, he's too cool. But no, he's a modernized outcast, people. Just like me, some of you out there, I'm sure. I'm a modernized outcast as well. Exactly like him. Minus the skateboard stuff, but yeah, I look at Garfield on the screen, I'm like, yeah, that's me. Maguire with the whole crying and the go, my God, Mary Jane, I want to be with you, but I can't because I'm a little whiny bitch. Yeah, don't think so. And another thing, to counter that girl's argument on AMC, Maguire and Just had no chemistry, people. They had no chemistry whatsoever. Not once did I believe those two were in love. Not once. Oh, she said it. Oh, Peter, I love you. Please. She's pulling every other nigga's dick. And like the whole series. From Flash to Harry. And all of a sudden she starts liking Peter. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Yeah, Dunst was probably the worst casting for that role of Mary Jane because she was nothing like the character in the comic books. So, stuck on that. Gwen Stacy, on the other hand, looks exactly like she does in the Buddy comics. And Garfield looks like Peter stepped out of the Buddy comics. Like, there's some pictures from the new series. The new movie coming out. A much better looking costume. Not that there's anything wrong with the other one, but here's one. Awesome. Of course I know who you are. You're my eyes and ears. And did I mention that Garfield's witty and like cracks jokes for once? When did Maguire crack a joke? He was all crying as Peter Parker and then as Spider-Man as a bloody mutant. He didn't say anything as Spider-Man, hardly. He cracked no jokes, that's for sure. Got his ass whooped by the Goblin and freaking Sandman and Venom. Even though 3 doesn't really count. All I have to do is mention the girl's name and he gets all mad and stuff. Oh yeah, I have superpowers. Whoops. Garfield was fighting everybody because he had to. Because he's supposed to. Not doesn't need a reason to. I mean, with the exception of the first 2 films for Maguire, he did a pretty solid performance for the most part, but still felt he was missing something. Not just the jokes, but, less crying and more acting. And, by the time 3 came around, I could just tell this is a joke to him, Right? I could tell he just didn't care. Not just him, but like the whole freaking cast. It was a bloody mess. Yeah, Mary Jane crying in one corner, Harry being a total badass, by the way. I think he had the best arc in the whole series. Because after a while, I just didn't give a crap about Peter anymore in that particular trilogy. And that's just poor acting and poor writing on their behalf. 3 was a bloody joke. So Lord knows, I was overjoyed when I heard that they were going to be relaunching the series, which is exactly what it needed, because trust me when I say no one wanted to know what Spider-Man 4 would have been. Then all you guys are hating on the new Spider-Man series would be thanking Sony and them for rebooting it, just like I was. On the other side, Andrew Garfield. First off, he looks exactly like Peter Parker, okay? Exactly like him. Like he stepped out of the freaking comics. I'm like, wow, this kid. The guy's like 28 years old and looks like he's 15. Perfect casting, man. I mean, granted, I'm not crazy about the high school thing, but he did start off in high school, so. Whereas in the other movies, he was like high school for like a day, and then doesn't ruin with going to college. Like, wow. Rush much? In this Amazing Spider-Man series, it's Peter. He's weighed down by his problems like you're supposed to, and when he's in costume, his confidence and his humor side comes out like it's supposed to. He doesn't go on the costume and just go crying in a corner like Maguire did, like every damn movie. Mainly the second one. Maguire's performance was okay at most, but it was still missing an element that I was looking for. As a kid, I was not looking for it that much because I was excited for the first Spider-Man series. I mean, don't get me wrong. Maguire's movies is what I'm going to call them now. Or my crybaby. Open the door for future Spider-Man films, of course, but he doesn't really bring that passion to the role like Garfield does. Garfield, much like me, grew up with the Spider-Man comics. I'm sure the cartoon as well. And you could tell when in his performance that he really cares about the character. He understands it. Maguire hasn't even picked up a comic book in his entire life. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, that's silly. Oh, just a role I'm doing. Yeah, you could tell. Garfield puts his heart and soul into the role, and you could see it. You could see it in his performance, man. He cares. He understands the character, and I'm pretty sure he has some input in the script. And I saw a video where he actually went to Comic-Con as Spider-Man and showed. I can't remember what he was doing, but how basically explained why he was Spider-Man and all this stuff. Like, who does that these days? No one. Maguire sure didn't do it. He's probably off in a room crying or something. And Garfield, man. I've seen the trailers for the new Spider-Man film, and I gotta say, this kid looks like exactly like Peter Parker. And he's witty like Spider-Man is supposed to be. Like, wow, finally. Looks like this is gonna be this Spider-Man film I've been waiting for. No more fat guys in trench coats or Power Ranger goblins. Electro looks like a freaking badass. Rhino looks pretty cool. Still don't care about the goblin. The look of the goblin. Like, oh gosh. Is it too hard to get the Green Goblin a freaking mask? Jeez. Even if the other one had a Power Ranger look, at least he had a freaking mask. Even though it looked scary without it on. But but in general, I think of her Garfield. I think of her like, like this. If you don't have enough passion for the role, why would you take the job? I am talking about Maguire, by the way. He never read a comic book in his life. Probably doesn't know who Stan Lee freaking is. As you guys have stated in your AMC video, if you're watching this. It's so true. You can just see it in his freaking eyes. Like, oh, it's just a role. I'm gonna to get through this for my paycheck, so I gotta support my kids or whatever. Garfield is Spider-Man. He's dreamt of being Spider-Man. I dream of being Spider-Man, and I kinda am. It's the mask and, you know. But Maguire is like, it was a joke to him. You just tell. So, yeah. I don't need no pictures to blackmail him or nothing. I know from what I've seen. I know based on my knowledge of Spider-Man that Maguire was not the embodiment of what he was supposed to be. Granted, Stanley can have his own opinion if he wants. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm pretty sure that was an old interview anyway. All he cares about is seeing his characters on the big screen, so it's hardly an argument at all. But the new series, it's where it's at, man. Might have had my skepticism in the past, mostly about throwing all these villains in there, but I got faith for once that this actually might work out. One thankfully we're not killed with one. Not in this one.